Okay, another K-pop video. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get my notes out. I feel like it's gonna be a long video. Let's hope not, but you never know with me. So let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and today is a video I've been waiting to do since Friday, and I'm glad I'm starting it and finishing it today. Today we're going to be talking about the long anticipated awaited album B by BTS. Yay! Yay, it's time. The time has come. The time is here and I'm very happy. I don't know if you can really tell. I have a lot of energy because of this album. I've been listening to it all day to prepare myself for this video. I feel like I haven't even digested the album fully to like make rankings. So today I'm just gonna be talking about what I loved about it for each song. If you guys saw my Ariana Grande video about her album positions, this is gonna be it, except I'm actually gonna try to talk about every song, unlike with that video where I kind of just went all over the place and didn't really make notes. Well, this video I made notes because I wanted to be sure that I got to everything. So let's talk about the process of this album, because it's been we've been waiting for months since since Dynamite dropped in August. Has it been since August? Wow, that's a long time. It's been since August when Dynamite dropped, and then we got like more and more information about the new album, and now it's here. And let's just get started. Life Goes On, one of my favorite title tracks by them. That's a bold statement to make. I think it's true though. I think it's true, and I'm kind of scared to say it. It's in my top 3 favorite title tracks of theirs. When I first heard it, I watched it with the music video, okay, obviously, and I don't think I even was aware of what I was listening to. I was kind of focused on the video, but then I like the song was like background music, so I was hearing the song, but I wasn't hearing the song. Does that make sense? So of course, once the video was over, I was like, what did I just listen to? I had tears down my face and I was not able to comprehend anything going on around me. Then I went and jumped into the album right away. So after that video that Jungkook directed. My boy directed a video. Okay. I went right into the album and I listened to the song again without the video, and I cried more. I sobbed. It was very sad, actually. Me, like sitting in my room crying to BTS. But what else is new, if I'm being honest? I like how it's chill. We haven't had a chill title track from them in what feels like years. It has been years since we've gotten like a chill, slowed, toned down title track. Not saying I don't like their other stuff. I do. I enjoy it. But I love this side of BTS. I love this side of music in general. Like I'm more of like a chill down, like I like slow, chill music. Like that's just my type of thing. If I understand many people don't like this album, because most of the album sounds like this. It's basically Life Goes On. It's like a good intro to how the actual album is. And I know a lot of people don't like that. So many armies were kind of like, what? And I was like, yes. I know that they helped produce and like, they basically collaborated with all the songs. So like they helped with every single song. And I love that. But yes, with Life Goes On, video was nice. I like the rap parts specifically because the rap line weren't really rapping. They're kind of rap singing, especially Hobie with his little part, his 5-second part. It was really nice. Jimin's voice in Life Goes On hit way too hard. Jimin in this album specifically, let's talk, because this is his era vocally. That's not to say in any other era he was bad. I'm just saying the ad-libs in this album from Jimin hit a little different, like hit a little too different. I wasn't prepared, but we'll get into more of that later. Next, let's go to Fly to My Room. Fly to My Room, composed by J-Hope, Namjoon, Yoongi. Yep. Okay. This song, I like how it's minimalistic while also kind of being extra. So like it's basically just a piano and some synths and harmonies. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that a lot. Maybe it's just me. I can only hear Tae and Jimin's voice in this. I don't know what that says. I haven't checked out the line distribution, so I'm sorry if like if I'm wrong, but I can only hear Tae and Jimin's voices, and then like the rap line in the bridge, obviously, but I haven't really checked on the line distribution and like which members got which songs are third units for songs. I haven't done that yet. Didn't do it for this video. Someone let me know, but yeah. Regardless, it sounded great. It feels, and I mean this in the nicest way, it feels like a white church song. Does that make sense? Like when I first heard it, I was like, this sounds like gospel, but like not even like the gospel that I know, but like it sounds like a different genre of gospel. Fly to My Room is interesting, especially as a second song on the album. Life Goes On flows right into Fly to My Room very well, and I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I like it. I like the way this album is set up. Like song by song, it makes sense why they put the songs where they were. What geniuses. I'm sorry, like that. Genius. Next, let's talk about Blue and Gray. This was composed and produced by Tae. Exactly. Hobi, Yoongi, and Namjoon also helped compose. I love the acoustics. I love a good, sad acoustic song. I've said this before in previous videos, I think. I'm a sucker for a good like ballad or slow song. Like I like to cry. I don't know what that's about me, but the first few songs of this album had me weeping in tears at 12 o'clock in the morning. It was really sad, but we move on. Life Goes On. It definitely made me cry. The way Tae starts off the song, I'm never really ready for Tae's voice anyway, because his voice does something to me. How do I explain it? It's just like his deeper registered tone. I'm not a singing coach. I don't know what to call it, but you guys know what I mean. I wasn't prepared for him to start off the song. That's all I'm gonna say. He did a great job with this one. When I saw the credits of each song and what members helped produce, I was like, this makes sense. Like I wasn't even surprised at the members that did which songs. Shout out to Yoongi. He did almost every song on here. Okay, this is kind of a tangent. I feel like no one talks about Yoongi as like a producer enough. This man, not even just with BTS songs, like in general, like with other artists he has helped produce for, he's like a musical genius, I feel like, and no one ever talks about it. I feel like that's kind of rude and disrespectful. Whatever song that he helps produce and compose is always a 10 out of 10, yet no one ever decides to talk about that. It's kind of rude. Just saying. Just wanted to put that in there because y'all need to stop sleeping. It's getting a little ridiculous, especially with an album like this. Stop it. Next, I was hesitant to put this one in here since it's not even a song, but let's talk about the skit. Because when I saw the track list and when I saw that we were getting a skit, a little part of me got really emotional because it's been a long time since BTS had put a skit in an album. I think the last time they did a skit was with their Billboard speech back in 2016. It's been 4 years. So I was kind of like getting a little nostalgic a little bit. I was like, when I first saw the track list, that's when I knew. When I saw the skit, I know it's weird, but when I saw the skit, I was like, okay, so this album's gonna hit different. Whenever they have a skit, it's something about it just feels a little bit reminiscent, a little bit nostalgic for me specifically. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. I don't understand a word they're saying, but I feel like I don't have to. And I haven't looked up the lyrics for any of the songs either, or like what they're saying in the skit, so I really have no idea what's going on. So, but just hearing it made me happy. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, every time the skit comes on, I listen to it all the way through. Yeah. Next, let's talk about Telepathy. Composed by Jungkook, Namjoon, and Yoongi. Am I right? I'm right. Okay. This song is a little weird. The beat of it is kind of weird, but I like it. It has the same feeling of Am I Wrong? Do you guys know the song Am I from the Wings album? It kind of has that feeling to it, but like it's not the same type of song, obviously, but like the vibe of it feels the same as Am I Wrong? Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just like my own personal opinion that no one agrees with, but that's what I get from it. The lyrics for this are sad. I didn't go looking up the lyrics for this. I saw it on Twitter and I shouldn't have read it because now my whole vibe with the song has changed. I didn't know it was going to be sad, but then again, BTS does that. They put like the hypest beats like over to the saddest lyrics. It's kind of scary how they do that. I'm twerking to a song about anxiety and depression. That's kind of, I mean, they're genius. The song in general, it's weird, but I like it. It's very weird, but I like it. When the album first dropped, I was like, this is my favorite. Now I don't know what my favorite would be because my favorite has switched at least 5 times a day since the album has dropped. So I can't, but this song is definitely, I feel like, up there. I feel like I'm gonna list my favorites at the end of this video, my current favorites that might change after this video is over. Let's talk about Disease because I feel like the tone of the album switched up once Disease came in. This album was emo and then it turned into whatever the hell Disease is, and I'm okay with that. It starts off with like an old school beat with the rap line and then turns into whatever it is when the vocal line comes through, and I like it. This is a fan favorite. I noticed that a lot of fans were like into this song once it dropped and are still talking about it days later. I'm not one of those fans that are on y'all about streaming, but put your money where your mouth is, please. The like Disease deserves to be up there. Like it deserves to be up there. So if y'all really like it as much as you say you do, put it up there. Put it up there. The bridge to this song is top tier. When I first heard Jimin like doing his little runs and like he's insane. That man is insane. Vocally insane. Insane. This is kind of the rap line song, but then the vocalists remind you that they are vocalists and that they can hold a tune, obviously. So their parts in the song made my heart stop a little bit. 1 for the love, 2 for the show. Exactly. I wasn't ready for the tone switch up in the album when this song came on, but I'm not even mad. It's up there with one of the most hype songs on the album, yet it still gives a kind of chill vibe. Like it's very melancholy kind of, but also not. I don't know how they do that, because I put this on a study playlist, and this, from the first listen, you wouldn't think it's a study song, and then you listen to it while studying and it is. So that's some BTS power right there. I don't know what that's about. That's kind of crazy. Next, Stay. Composed by Jungkook, Jin, and Namjoon. Yeah. When I saw that Jungkook was like somehow a part of like the producing, composing aspect of this, I wasn't surprised. I love him to bits and pieces, but that boy's an EDM man. He makes the music for the whites. And you know what? I'm not even mad about it. I'm not mad. Let's all just be honest. Stay is for the whites. For the white people, and y'all, it's not even bad. Like, I've been seeing a lot of Stay slander for the past like few days, and I'm not having it. It kind of reminds me of So What from the Love Yourself Tear album. You remember? You guys hate that song too. Not hate, but a lot of slander, unnecessary slander, a lot of slander. I don't mind it. Like it's not a skip for me. A lot of people have been saying that Stay is the only skip. That's rude. That's very rude. It wasn't what I expected, because when it first came on, I wasn't expecting the EDM drop, but then when it happened, I wasn't mad at it. Like, y'all are so dramatic. Like, it's not even bad. It sounds like a better version of So What, if I'm being honest. Like, they did what they did on that song, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sure it's a grower, because again, the album just came out like 2 days ago. So it's definitely a grower if you're not into like that stuff, or who knows, maybe you will never get into it. But for me, I liked it instantly. I was fine with it. We all need a white song here and there. They do a good job of incorporating different genres in one album. The last half of this album is so different from the first half. But it flows so well. That's crazy. That's so weird. Let's move on to the last song on the album, Dynamite. An 80s classic. An 80s classic. It's the perfect outro. Now, I have said before in a video, I think, that I'm not a big fan of Dynamite. Still not a big fan of Dynamite. It's the one song that I skip, but it fits on the album perfectly. It's really a perfect outro. I don't know how they do that, because the intro of the album and the outro are totally different, yet once you get to the end of it, it makes sense. Once you get to the end, like once you listen to the album all together, it makes sense. I enjoy Dynamite while listening to the album as a whole, but like I'm not gonna play it singularly, like I'm not like, no. But if I'm listening to the album on shuffle, I'm not gonna skip it. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. It sounds a lot better when it's with the album. You know, that's my whole thing about the album, my breakdown of it. This isn't even really a good breakdown. It's just my feelings on each song, and I don't even know if I articulated and gave my feelings and opinions on them perfectly, because my mind is jumbled. Like, I'm still not over my high with this album. It is one of my favorite BTS albums that has come out in a long time, though. Let me just say that right now. This year has been terrible, and so I've noticed that artists have been putting out like happy, kind of like optimistic, positive albums this year as a way to like distract us from the world basically falling apart. And I appreciate that BTS did it too, but there's something about this album that just hits different than the others that I've heard this year. It's not even a different sound. It sounds like the stuff that they would make years ago, but more mature. Does that make sense? Like, it's not poppy. It's not all EDM. It sounds like something that they would make way back when, but it's just mature. It's the whole album is just like some mature vibe. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. It sounds like they know their own sound officially. Am I making sense? Because I don't want it to come off as if like, oh, all of their other albums are scraps. Like, that's not what I'm saying, obviously. But this album just seems like it makes sense. It makes sense with their sound. Like, it makes, like, you can tell that they put their blood, sweat, and tears, into this album. And all of it just goes so well together. And it's kind of perfect. My favorites are Life Goes On, Disease, and Blue and Gray. Life Goes On is at number 1 though, today. In this moment, today, it's my number 1 favorite right now. I was listening to that while doing the dishes, and I don't know, something about it just made me float in the air. Weird. If they're not nominated for a Grammy, I'm gonna be a little upset. Because it doesn't make any, that's a different discussion for a different day. But if they're not nominated for a Grammy, I'm gonna be a little upset, because this is a masterpiece. Like, this album in particular, it just hits different. Like, it's so good. But let's hope for the best. As for like Song of the Year and stuff, I understand a lot of people think Dynamite should be Song of the Year. And statistically, yes, it would make sense because of all the numbers and the chart topping and the blah, blah, blah. I get it. But in my opinion, in my soul, like full-hearted opinion, I feel like On or Black Swan should have been nominated for at least like Song of the Year. But for this particular for Dynamite, y'all made that the comeback, and so y'all made that chart like it's skyrocketed. I was shocked. Not going off of charts and all that stuff, Like, I feel like Black Swan or On might have been a better Song of the Year contender, in my opinion. Like, if I would have chose one BTS song from this year that could go and get nominated for Song of the Year on any award show, not just like Korean award shows, but like any award show, I would have chose probably either Black Swan or On over Dynamite, but that's just me. Overall though, this should be nominated for something. This album as a whole should be nominated for something. BTS should be nominated for something. That's my video. If you enjoyed it, thanks. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, here it is. I interact most on Twitter. If you would like to follow me on all my other social medias, it'd be nice. They'll be linked in the description below. Mia! Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye bye.